not allowed to do that. Not allowed to.
Stop. It's recording.
Sorry.
Okay, so welcome to the What the Fuck Happened podcast. My name's Logan. I'm one of the main hosts. Kai isn't here right now. I believe they'll be back at work around 9 or 8.
I beat them up.
You beat them up?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually bloody on the floor behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually hung them up
I'm
in the
actually-
backyard as
I'm
a
the new
warning to
host.
all trespassers.
You hung them up?
Yeah, I crucified him out back just to let other people know, like, not to fuck with us, you know, like. Ever since you know, looking at Caesar's Legion in New Vegas, it's like it's very like inspirational. Like, you know, they really get things done. So I just thought I would just kind of take after them.
Okay, so first of all, let's at least segue into what we're going to talk about. So first of all, I want to say we have Laura here today,
I'm Laura. Hello.
and we have Lance.
Hello.
Kai might join later, depending on how long we do this. Probably not for very long. I kind of want it to. I don't mind it being just a short episode.
Yeah, just let's just make this like 5 minutes.
We're at 1 minute.
Oh,
We have
shit.
4 more minutes.
1/5 of the way there.
Easiest quota ever.
I don't know if I can do this. I can't make it.
No, but we did want to talk about Fallout today, just the franchise itself. Maybe not like the politics behind it or anything, but just like the games.
What?
Well, you
What?
know,
Why
like
else am I? No, I'm kidding.
The
agree with that.
politics are half the game. What do you mean?
no. I mean
Or-
like the politics of creating the games, like the developing stuff. Because I don't
You
know
mean
anything
like
about
actual like controversies and shit.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you meant in game.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
like,
There
I
are-
What
did too.
political factions exist within the game? I'm like, oh.
that. Okay, so
that's the game. What do you mean we can't talk about the game?
all 3 of us love Fallout. We've played Fallout for a while. Laura can
Matter of
speed
fact.
run Fallout 4 pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
If I
that's the
can.
game I got good at.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean-
one game I know. It's really sad. I wish I knew the other ones
Yeah,
better.
Can you really speedrun it if it doesn't fucking crash every 2 seconds?
Yeah, it didn't crash.
It didn't crash for Laura, but on Laura's
2.5 hours.
yeah, no crashes. I watched
Wow.
the whole stream and it was just like
Glitchless.
Yeah, and I assume no mods.
Any
or
percent.
anything? No mods.
No mods. No.
Yeah.
You just like there's a couple of glitches that you use that aren't really like glitches. They're like built into the game. Like if you shoot an NPC,
Mhm.
they'll stop their dialogue option, and then you just get to move in faster. We should turn off Smash.
Yeah, and it's just blaring in the. There's a TV
I
remote.
just noticed.
I realized that too. I can hear it in the mics.
That's funny.
Don't worry, Brian, I don't
Nintendo
know.
comes at us.
Should we start over just in case?
I mean, it's just a Smash theme. I don't fucking.
Let's just do it just in case.
Smash.
Plus, I can edit it really easily. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
my god, bro. 5 minutes wasted, bro.
shut the fuck up.
That
Okay.
was the whole podcast. Shit.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification.
Okay, so welcome to the What the Fuck Happened podcast. We have 2 guests today, and it's just me, Logan, just as the host today. Kai is doing other things. But we were just going to record this podcast episode because we wanted to talk about something specific that I didn't think Kai really cared about too much and probably wouldn't find very interesting. But first of all, introducing our guests today, we have Laura
That's me. Hello.
and we have Lance.
Hey.
And it's good to have you guys here. We just fucking smoked and played a shit ton of Smash.
It's always good.
Had
to
a
be
couple
here.
of them Cayman Jack variety pack. You know?
Yeah. And Laura, you made some fucking amazing spaghetti too.
Oh yeah, I did do that. I
Yeah.
forgot.
It was
That
fucking
shit was
good.
It was
bomb.
pretty good.
Yeah. So today I wanted to talk about Fallout, just the franchise itself, games, and what we like about it. Just I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions, and then we just
Lore.
kind of talk about it.
Creatures.
I'm gonna crack open a cold one real quick. Hang on.
That was crisp. That was real crisp. That was like Bud Light commercial crisp. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Fallout today and try to stay on topic. I'm sure we will. We're pretty
Oh yeah,
central-minded
I'm a
people.
huge fucking Fallout nerd. My most recent endeavor has been 76, but we can get into that later. I think we should talk about them in chronological order. I never played Fallout 1 and 2. On
I didn't
God,
either. I
this is
just
a
knew
hot-
what was
hot
in
take.
them.
Me neither.
It's just like it's a PC game.
I played
too.
a little bit of 1, but in 1 you go through this. It's like it feels like D&D with guns, and it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. It's like a big board game. So, but you click on things, and it's kind of feels like it's in the perspective of like RuneScape and stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
one of those.
top
It's
down,
much.
overhead.
Yeah, that it's a much older
Mm-hmm.
game.
Action points are actually how many things you can do in a turn. So like in D&D, it's like the action economy. How in D&D you have a walk and an attack action and a minor action or a bonus action, and in Fallout you have a certain number of points that can dictate what you can do.
Yeah.
So, super cool.
And they translated that over into action points for VATS, which I thought
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty cool.
that's what. Yeah,
Let's talk about VATS real quick. VATS is actually probably one of my favorite game mechanics ever.
I mean,
it's-
so yeah, it's fun. It brings in the aspect of the original where you can. That's what VATS is. It's the action system.
Yeah. How many points you want to put into shooting or hitting somebody in a specific area.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like cheating when you literally freeze all time and just fucking target somebody's
Yeah.
head 8 times in a row.
Beep, beep, beep.
Hold still for me.
Please wait for the automated system. Takes like 3 clicks.
I like to think that, Jet slows down time in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So I like to think that it's just like a time dilation where it's like,
Yeah.
like in Fallout 4, it just moves really slow. I think in 3 and in New Vegas, it's the same way, but it's like at such a slow pace that you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in reality, you like whip it out like a gunslinger and you just fucking.
Which
like,
fits
the way I like to think
Vegas's.
about it. Or the Pit Boys are just more powerful in the older ones.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the idea of the Pit Boy. I mean, like, we have phones now that are obviously way better than that. But, like,
Apple Watches.
when I was younger, whenever they
True.
were releasing Fallout New Vegas and they were, like, selling the Pit Boy with it, with, like, the special edition or something.
Oh my
I
god!
wanted that so bad.
That
But
would have
it
been
was
so sick.
It was like $500, and I'm like maybe like 17 with
saw-
like very little money.
I also saw them release a Pit Boy by itself that had a radio built in and also had Bluetooth capabilities.
Yeah,
And
there's some different variants. There's one that's like
it
you
was
put
like, it was
your
like
phone.
it was like a smartwatch. straight
Yeah.
up almost.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. The Fallout 76 one that they released, that by far is my favorite Pit Boy look. The way the one in Fallout 76 looks. I like how rustic it is and how it's like very different from the other ones because all the other ones pretty much look the same.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it makes sense that they look the same because they don't look the exact same. 3 and 4 have different ones.
That's true.
New Vegas has a slightly different one. They all have slightly different.
But they all
ones. They all
they
came
all
out
look
at the same
similar.
time,
the
though.
Same,
Yeah.
They were all standard issue, so I think it makes sense to me personally.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I don't know how much you guys know about Fallout 1 and 2. So if you want, we can just skip to 3.
What I do know, from what
There's
I've
some
seen,
cool lore. I know a
Yeah.
little bit about it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
I
huge
know-
part of the game
well,
now too.
I was just gonna say that the majority I know, I think it's from Fallout 2, is the whole deal with Frank Horgan. Like, I think he's like the main.
and the
villain.
Enclave.
Yeah, he's
Let's
he's
go.
He's that big fucking mutant guy who wears like Enclave power armor and shit, and he's got like this deep fucking voice. His whole thing is that he despises mutants, but like he himself is a mutant. Damn it, I can't
That's an
remember.
interesting character.
I can't remember his little origin thing. It's like he used to be a normal guy who was in the army, but then
They did the FEV thing on him, forced evolutionary virus,
Yeah.
and then but he was like one of the successful ones that like
Yeah.
didn't lose their fucking mind during
Yeah.
the process,
And
and,
it's
then
like-
he stayed with the Enclave.
And it's
Oh,
like
that's
because of his
interesting.
like large size and strength of that of a super mutant, it's like it's I think like theorized or something where he's supposedly like the first like behemoth.
I have so much.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
he became a behemoth.
Yeah, because the older
basically-
super mutants get, the bigger they get.
Oh.
That's how they turn into behemoths.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
he
know
was huge.
that.
Like he was fucking huge, and he was so strong that it's like I'm pretty sure it's even stated in the game that he's able to like just rip a death claw in half.
That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
That's awesome.
Did you know the Enclave used death claws? Like they brainwashed
I heard
them.
about that. Or I think I witnessed that. Does that happen in
Fallout 3.
3?
Yeah, it's one of the DLC whenever
I
you're
think
fighting
I
the
witnessed
Enclave.
that. At the end, Broken Steel. I never finished that. I really wish I did.
I did.
I saw
It's so
I saw
good.
Liberty Prime's death.
Aw.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys witness that?
Yeah, I played the game up till that point. I think
Yeah.
the only one in Fallout 3 that I didn't play like DLC wise was Mothership Zeta.
Oh, that one was so good though.
I didn't have the DLCs. I just played the base game.
Zeta, you go up and then you like break out of this mothership, and there's 4 different people from different time periods because they've just been abducting people.
Damn.
So you pick up like a samurai and like
Awesome.
I can't remember the other people that I picked up.
Caveman.
No, one of
There
them's-
is a caveman.
one-
I'm pretty sure. I think I could be crazy.
One of them's like a Western guy.
yeah,
like a
that's
cowboy.
true. Cowboy, yeah.
And then like one's like a little girl from like right before the bombs dropped, pretty much.
Oh.
I think.
5 minutes ago.
Um,
In the game, it was
But
and then you just take down the mothership.
Yeah.
That's it.
you know, speaking of death claws, it's
kinda
like
sick.
I remember watching a video about how it's like death claws were actually made before like the war. in
I
Fallout.
think
yeah, the U.S. Army made them to fight the Chinese
Yeah.
in the Sino-American War. I know a lot of lore.
yeah.
But yeah, no, they were developed beforehand,
Yo.
but then they just became like a nuisance.
Yeah.
Y'all play
became like
Nuka World? The
on what?
gator claws.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
Fallout
be
4.
100% with you guys. I did not play that much
Nuka
Fallout 4.
World.
I never
is
played
the
Nuka
best
World.
DLC.
I think
Yeah.
the only DLC I focused on was the vault one, where you could build your own vault, and
Oh.
and the
Like
robot
108
one.
Vault
Yeah,
or whatever.
No, yeah, Logan, I'm with you there. It's like the main DLC I would focus and actually complete on in Fallout 4 was the automatron, with the
Oh.
robots and shit. And it's
Automatron's fun. That's
uh,
a good one.
the
The,
Nuka-
Mechanist twist is fun.
yeah, the Nuka
Spoilers,
world,
by the way, on all this. I want to
Yeah.
claim.
Yeah, put her like.
I feel like anybody listening to this probably already knows.
No,
yeah,
but yeah,
we've
go-
talked about a lot.
Go ahead and put
already.
like a loud blaring spoiler warning at like 900 decibels, please.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
But
If
I'm
you
gonna cut that and
proceed,
put
you
that
will
in.
learn forbidden knowledge.
well, it's also that, and I would play a lot of the Nuka world, but I can't say I finished like the whole storyline in there.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I
Nuka
mean, it's
World is fun.
I like the landscape of it and the whole idea, but it's just I don't know.
Each park is a
Fallout
fun little
4
mission.
Fallout 4 in general, I just could never play nearly as much as I would Skyrim. But you know, we're not talking about Skyrim right now.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't know enough about Skyrim.
Nah, it's
Me
good.
and Lance could rant about it all day, honestly. We know so much lore. But besides that, damn. Yeah. Speaking of amazing DLC, Fallout New Vegas. Holy shit. That has some of the best DLC ever. The thing I like about Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas is that the DLC continues the story. It expands on it. So it's like, yeah, you kind of have to get it to actually know what happens in the end 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you don't have to. But also like with Fallout 4, you know, you didn't really need to do the DLC. They weren't like,
Yeah,
they weren't needed for
You
the
didn't have
story.
to.
They were just
Each
little
I
bonus.
liked it because each story was its own little unique ball of like Far Harbor is crazy. I never played New Vegas DLC, which I'm angry about. The one I know about is the one where they lobotomize you, and I think that's
the whole
hilarious.
lobotomize.
Yeah.
that one was pretty goofy.
We
That is
stole
one of
your
my favorite.
brain, and now we don't know how you're fucking walking around. but
That
have
section of the
fun.
DLC is so fucking hilarious, but the only thing I dislike about it is that there's so much fucking dialogue. You have to
Yeah.
talk to like all 5 of those robots, and they all have like thousands of
fucking
lines of dialogue.
Damn,
They
they're
have, like,
just
a whole-
talking.
Yeah, they have like a whole English essay of shit.
I
to
mean,
say.
if you're in the mood to read a book, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's not unbearable or anything because like the voice actors do a really great job with
Yeah.
their performance, so it's like it is entertaining to listen to,
That's fair.
especially like for the first time.
Then if you want to watch a movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like it's not unbearable like Hermaeus Mora.
Fucking yeah.
Unbearable. Where in Skyrim he blocks the door and he's like talking to you and you can't skip any of his lines, and he talks in like riddles and says
It's just the
each
fact-
sentence so
Yeah,
long.
he talks so fucking slow. It's just like another challenger. It's like, dude, could you please fucking talk faster, or at least get the fuck out of my way?
will serve me.
It's like, holy shit, you are gonna make me go. Like Hermaeus Mora. Hang on a second. No, we're about to fall into a
Yeah,
Skyrim
we can't go into
world.
Skyrim. We
Nice
can't go into Elder
try,
Scrolls
Logan.
yet. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna let you. I was just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura was gonna learn.
But yeah.
Give me the lore.
So
time.
Fallout 4
in my
was
name.
fun to me because I love settlement building in any game, like any form of building.
Ooh, I like the settlement building.
I
It's
spent
alright.
hours in
Mods,
settlement building.
Modded
settlement
There was this
building.
one where they put a tree house in the tree in Sanctuary Hill.
Oh my god, yes.
And I just lived in that tree house, and I built a whole settlement, and it looked so pretty, and I was so happy with it.
The closest I can say to building anything in a Fallout game is in 76. It's like I can't get into building settlements or anything in Fallout 4. It's just not as fun or intriguing for me as it is with you guys. I think for me, it's because the building in Fallout 4 is like so janky that it's like almost frustrating to try and like.
It
Fallout
is a
76
weird
is
tool.
also horrifically janky
It
sometimes.
just works.
yeah.
Fallout 76 sucks because you don't have as many of the fucking things.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to unlock
you
them,
have-
and it
you
takes
like-
forever to
you
get
have to,
infinite
grind
things,
for
but,
shit.
like-
That's annoying. But
4 is like creative mode in comparison.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't
Well,
be
the
that way.
thing is like 76 also is heavily based off of what you buy too.
Yeah.
So like the base game stuff never looks nearly as good as what you could buy.
They just locked the game behind a paywall.
They did really. That's the reason I don't play it very much, because I get into a rabbit hole wanting to buy a ton of shit, and then I lose like literal hundreds of dollars playing that fucking game. Last time we played that game, I bought so much shit that I literally uninstalled the game because I was like, I have an addiction. I have a problem.
Oh my god.
the witch has
that's
a
kinda metal,
grasp
though.
on me.
Yeah.
I guess I bet you had a sick camp though.
Oh my god. Enclave camp with Enclave turrets. Me and my beautiful Enclave commander armor.
In case it wasn't obvious to everybody listening, Logan has a full fucking hard-on for the Enclave.
The
faction for
Enclave
some
are the
reason.
coolest fucking fact. Okay, it's not the people that run it. It's the soldiers. No, it's not
Sorry, I have a
fascist.
little cold.
I mean, we've already established that he's racist.
I
right?
know.
That's
Stop.
podcast canon, right?
No, don't say that.
Podcast lore.
Don't say that's podcast canon that Logan's a
It's,
racist.
yeah, I wouldn't call it canon. I'd call it fan. Fuck, what's
Fan
it?
fiction?
Yeah, fan fiction. Fan fiction that Logan's racist.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Made by Kai.
No. Okay, let me explain
go ahead,
my
go ahead.
reasoning, Laura.
Go ahead.
So
Tell
I
us why
like
you like the evilest people in the game. Go
No, I don't.
You like the bad guys?
I
You like
don't,
being a villain?
no.
ahead. What the fuck, dude?
In Fallout New Vegas,
Whatever.
you can recruit these people called the Enclave Remnants, who are the remains from Fallout 3. But they're not the bad people. They were just the soldiers that were forced to follow orders. And they're actually really good people. And also, like, one of the best things to have with you at the Battle of Hoover Dam at the end of the game. Where, like, having them with you, like if you're playing on a hard difficulty, they just fucking wipe everybody out.
To be honest, the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel are both equally shitty.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, can we talk about the Brotherhood of Steel real quick? How it started off like decently okay.
Yeah.
And then fucking Maxon got a hold of it and he's like, "We're going to be racist as fuck in here."
Fascism.
that isn't me is an abomination.
Fascism.
Dude, you gotta calm down, man.
Yeah.
The Brotherhood of Steel is just fascist.
No,
they
like-
hoard technology
Yeah.
and they're racist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's like they hoard technology for humanity's benefit, but then
They
they
hate
don't
ghouls.
share it.
They've always hated ghouls.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude.
they also so true. They don't share it. Like they privatized the purified water in DC.
but like
we own the DC
cool
water.
power armor, but like awesome blimp though. So like, what's the problem? I don't
Literal Nazi blimp. Literal Nazi blimp.
I just want to
Um,
point out that the Brothers of Steel
awesome
absorbed
fucking-
the Enclave's technology because in 3, that same sect of the Brotherhood of Steel did not have vertebrates. It
Yep.
was
They took the
Enclave.
vertebrates from the Enclave.
Yeah,
that's what
they took
happened.
them.
That's how
And
they.
then they incorporated them, and then the Enclave became. I think that's why.
That's
they're-
how the
I think that's why
Ents-
they're mega racist in 4.
Well, I think what happens too is like the NCR, the New California Republic,
yeah.
which is also another. It's a decent faction. It's not amazing, but it's literally just democracy with a ton of bureaucracy that gets in the way of everything. But they have vertebrates too because they with the Brotherhood of Steel fought the Enclave, and then all of a sudden the Brotherhood of Steel were like, "Fuck you guys, we hate you too," and then they kind of bailed on everything. And the fucking NCR now hunt the Brotherhood. Like in Fallout New Vegas, there's a tiny, tiny chapter there in New
yeah,
Vegas.
of-
And
they're just in hiding
Yeah,
when
and
you
they're
find them.
hiding because the NCR is literally like ready to fucking burn them on the cross, you know? No, I as with cool factor, Brotherhood of Steel definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only reason I ever choose the Brotherhood of Steel, like in Fallout 4,
Fascism.
is literally
Fascist.
because of fucking.
Fascist.
You're making me forget the motherfucker's name.
Elder
Maxon.
Maxon,
No,
Paladin Dance.
no, the big motherfucking robot.
Oh,
Liberty Prime.
Liberty Prime. I wanted to call him Sentinel Prime so goddamn hard. That's the motherfucker from
Death
Transformers.
is preferable to
Yeah.
communism.
Communist presence detected
I
on
just think
American
that
soil.
I just think Liberty Prime is such like a cool fucking
It is one of the coolest
Big
things. in
robot.
Fallout.
Big robot.
That's
Big
literally-
robot.
That's literally it. It doesn't even.
I love how they resurrect him in 4. They're like,
Yeah.
so you know how we solved the problem last time? What if we just solved the problem this time the exact same way?
Yeah, let's do it again.
But this
What if
time,
we just got the big robot
yeah,
out?
but this time you get to see him grab a behemoth by the head and fucking snap its neck.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. Just
It's insane. It's crazy.
I love how halfway there, like when you walk by that big, like Washington Memorial, like,
Yeah.
that pillar, like the Liberty Prime stops and like salutes there.
yeah,
Salutes. And
it's so funny. Does Liberty Prime get destroyed in the end of Fallout 4?
no. After the whole like
Every other ending except for the Brotherhood of Steel ending.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
one
that
do you
makes
think they're
sense.
gonna make canon? Like out of all the endings,
I think
wow.
honestly, I think Minutemen ending should be canon.
I don't
Personally, because that's just because I'm a Minutemen fangirl.
Yeah.
Hate me if you want, but you know, I love that anarcho
The one,
primitivism.
yeah,
type
the one thing I don't
shit.
like that fucking in Fallout 4 story is like most of the endings they're like,
communitarianism.
okay, you have to destroy every other faction now, even if they're
Yeah.
not really like when
can't
you
just,
had to
like,
destroy
work
the
with them.
railroad as the fucking
Like Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. It's like you literally are massacring them. Like they have no
yeah.
chance. Like it's just like, okay, we're gonna waltz in and blow all your heads off because you're trying to help people. Sentient beings, by the way, like actual people.
Yeah.
The whole
Just because Brotherhood of Steel doesn't think that synths are people, just
Yeah.
because they're racist. Just like how they think ghouls aren't people.
They think anything that isn't a human being is just an abomination and just isn't like.
and even then they treat humans like absolute shit.
Racism.
Yeah,
Racism.
because like in Fallout 4, I remember one of the missions for the Brotherhood's like, go to these farms and collect food for the Brotherhood, and it's like, okay, and then you like all options are like either you give us your food or we're gonna kill you. Like they're literally raiders. They're just raiders with better weapons.
You know, when you guys talked about it, it made me realize I don't think I've ever a single time have done the Minutemen ending at all in any of my playthroughs. I've never thought of doing the
Moralistically, the Minutemen have my heart. They got that.
Yeah.
They're like we're just people, just trying to fight monsters, dead ass.
Yeah.
Why don't we all just band together as a community to fight monsters and bandits and just be safe?
Yeah.
think-
And then there, it's like you seem to be the main character. Why don't you just build this whole organization?
Something about you speaks main character.
I think the whole reason I never completed it is because I was so annoyed of Preston being up my ass about a new settlement needing my
Yeah.
help, and I was like, "This is fucking annoying. I'm not talking to this guy."
I always feel like liberation. I'll save you from the wasteland, my friends. Come join the community that we build. In my mind, Minutemen is canon because you only fight the Institute, and the Railroad and the Brotherhood can still get to coexist.
Yeah.
Even though they hate each other the whole time, but you don't actively go to blow either one.
Wait, but doesn't Minutemen destroy the blimp?
You have the option to, but you can still beat the game without blowing up the blimp.
So it doesn't have to be canonical.
It doesn't. Yeah, you don't have to blow up.
Okay.
Either.
I just kept seeing videos of like using the mortars to just absolutely annihilate the fucking.
They
like
that
nuke
is a
that
cool one.
place.
I also like the railroad ending where you infiltrate the blimp and you plant explosives on the blimp and then you leave. But if you, because I always do a high charisma character, so you just walk in and you're like dressed up like a Brotherhood of Steel person. They're like, "Hey, we've never seen you here before," and you're like, "Yeah, you have. I just gave you papers yesterday," and they're like, "Oh shit, I forgot about that." Like,
Honestly,
like you just talk your way in. It's
charisma in any Fallout game.
It's fucking broken.
I remember
New
Fallout,
Vegas is nice because it's different based on skills rather than just your speech skill.
Well, yeah, but also if you have just high speech, you
can
could
just
get
get
out
through
of
a lot
fucking
of it,
anything.
yeah,
You could do.
that's true.
You could literally skip the last boss in the game just by telling him
yeah.
to fuck off. Like you're just like, you don't have the
Linnaeus.
power to stay here.
East.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Laura, I know you don't know a lot about Fallout New Vegas, but if you don't mind, I want to talk about it a bit.
Go ahead.
Please, we should.
Lance, what's your favorite faction? Like, wait, are you a House, a Legion, or an Independent?
I'm an independent personally.
Wait, okay, Legion. Do you mean Caesar's?
Yeah, Caesar's Legion.
Okay, and then Independent. Do you
Independent New Vegas.
So like
Also,
where you roll.
forgot
where
to
you
mention
roll.
the NCR ending.
Oh yeah. So I don't think I've ever done the NCR ending.
You're like,
No,
fuck
I was gonna say,
I'm
like, I
not
feel like
giving
there's one
Vegas
missing.
to an NCR. No fucking way.
I think the NCR are cool, but I don't care about them too much.
Yeah, the one where it's independent. That's the one where you talk to the yes man, right?
Yeah,
you
that's
just
the
make
one
it-
where
you
you
just
make
take
it
it.
your own.
Yeah, I think that's the one I tend to go for because just like yeah, fuck that, it's mine.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the fucking work, so it's like yeah,
I'll just be Benny.
Yeah. You
dude. I fucking tailgated to Benny every fucking time, bro. Just so I can watch him shit himself when he fucking sees me. He's like, "What in the goddamn? What are you doing here?"
And you're like, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
kill
God.
you.
I imagine
After
Benny just
fuck
walking
you.
across the waste. They turn around and see you slowly walking behind them,
I-
like a mile back.
When you have that terrifying presence perk and you get the option to like look at Benny and be like, I came out of my grave so I can bury you in yours, Benny. It's just like the hardest line you could fucking say before blowing his head off.
Yeah, I always just slept with him. And then I
that
killed
is
him
kind of
and
the
Honk.
game, though. You can do that. You could do that with any gender too, which is kind of cool that they accept
yeah,
that shit.
it just depends if you have the perk.
Yeah.
You need a perk. If you don't have a perk, then
Oh, you're not gay. You don't have the.
You don't have the gay
the
bird.
you don't have
gay
the
perk.
Sorry, bud.
you
You weren't born with the gay perk.
Speaking of perks, I think Wild Wasteland, you always have to run with Wild Wasteland. Like, I know it's one of the two perks you can pick in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think I feel like it's the best experience to always have at least Wild Wasteland on there.
Isn't that the one where you like?
It just brings in a ton of random shit into the game that are really
Yeah.
fun, like Holy Hand Grenade. It literally
Yeah.
makes it to the game as an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
You get the aliens, and then you get the alien gun, which is really broken if you're doing an energy character.
It sucks that they just kind of locked part of the game behind one of those perks.
It is. I think there's
Like,
like
that should
mods
just
that make
be
it to where it's
always,
just base
yeah.
game. But yeah, I think Fallout New Vegas had some of the best perks, at least in my opinion, because
Oh yeah.
it had some amazing perks that just made it fucking fun to play. And I don't like games that have weapons that have degradation. What's the word? Degradation.
Degradation.
Does that sound right?
You said it right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Like
just second guessing.
degrading.
Yeah,
Degrading.
Degradation.
yeah, degradation. There we
There we
go. It's just like I hate games that have that. But Fallout New
basically.
Vegas is good because there's perks to get around it, and also like it's not impossible to fucking
Like maintain.
fix your weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, games where there's like weapon durability just immediately make you fucking roll your eyes because it's like, now I have to deal with this like tedious factor in this game when I'm trying to play.
It also depends on how they do the scrap system. Like in the Outer Worlds, they do it so when you scrap something, you just get weapon parts or armor parts,
Mhm.
then
And
just
you use those to fix
parts
it.
to fix other weapons.
Yeah.
Like that's really simple and easy.
Yeah.
Fallout 4, you get like steel and screws.
Yeah,
and
but-
if you wanna but there's no weapon degradation.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
76, there's
It would have been the
degradation.
perfect
That's
game
what
for
I'm
that,
thinking of.
honestly. Oh yeah, 76
true.
has it too.
76 just has it,
Yeah.
but 76 is like the slightly updated Fallout 4. I feel.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about 76? We haven't really touched that yet.
Yeah.
I honestly really like it. It's
Yeah.
just fun because you
No,
get a
yeah.
Fallout experience with friends.
I was gonna say that Fallout 76 for me so far, it's like they have made a lot of improvements to a lot of
Yeah.
shit since it's
It's not as
come
bad
out.
as it was. When
Yeah,
it came
it's
out.
one of the very few games that actually listen to feedback from its like
Yeah.
player base
when it was
and
released.
worked on its shit. And
Sorry.
yeah, no, you're good. It was just they worked on their shit and made major improvements.
The
with
only thing
patches.
is like AAA games shouldn't be coming out like that anymore. They shouldn't come out with insane
shouldn't come out
bugs and like
unfinished.
unfinished.
Should be,
But it's becoming like
delay
the
your
norm.
Game.
Yeah.
Delay your game so you can finish it.
Yeah, don't
Like,
rush or give yourself a good time frame.
I feel bad for Cyberpunk because they did it so many times
Yeah.
that people got pissed off, and then they were like, "It's gonna be bad," and then
They
was
have
bad.
to, but they're bullied into doing it.
Yeah.
Me and Lance talked about this I don't know if it was you and me,
But it
or,
should just be finished before
or
it
Kai.
comes out.
But we talked about how like the internet literally it has the power now to bully companies into doing shit now, and like the whole Sonic thing, which honestly, in my opinion, I don't care.
No, yeah.
But like also he did look fugly as hell.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking blue rat.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's like the fact that a bunch of fucking Redditors can go online and bully a fucking company into making a single decision is scary to me. Because, like, it's just like that's why games were releasing so quickly, is because it's like, oh, we got to rush this shit out now, or we're going to get so much flack from the fucking trolls. And, you know, that's what happened with, not partially, the whole trolling thing happened to the Harry Potter game. Which, Laura, I'd like to hear your professional opinion about that. What do you feel about that?
Huh? What the?
The Harry Potter game?
The Hogwarts Legacy?
Do you have a negative opinion towards that? Because the way it's been attacked in a way...
The way I see it is that a really shitty person gets proceeds for a game that an independent company made.
Yeah.
Solely because she wrote the franchise. So if you, it's like buying a sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
That's what I would compare it to.
Okay. I see.
That's the most near comparison I can think of off the dome. Pretty much. So if you feel bad for eating chicken at Chick-fil-A because you're a gay person and funding your own genocide when you do that, then that's fair. Don't do it. But in my opinion, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
I was going to say,
That's my opinion.
I said that on one of the
No matter
podcast
what you
episodes.
do, no matter what you do, companies are going to do shit that hurt you because that's just what companies do.
Yeah. It was just like I was talking about that whole shit where it's like, you know, people attack this game.
IMO, please still give me jobs for legal reasons. This is satire. I would like to still participate in the game of capitalism and gain money, please.
I do not want to be demoted to third world country status.
I am reading a script. This is all not real. Please.
I'm reading off a
Someone
piece
is
of
holding a gun to my head. Besides that,
I was just gonna add that like the only sort of things I've heard negatively about the Hogwarts game is that there's apparently like a transgender character that people are crying about.
Yeah, her name is literally like Sir Dude, pretty much. Like it's not what it is.
Well,
I'll Google it. Because this did piss me off. A little bit.
yeah, I feel like they shouldn't have done that because I feel like they're trying to like buddy up to the community, which you know,
no,
you gotta think
they're
actively making
as blatant as fucking possible.
oh, this person.
See,
this person doesn't want to be. They're pretend. It's like it gives the
goddamn.
worst horrible connotation.
I also saw that people on Twitter, which, you know, it's no surprise fucking Twitter has like the worst fucking takes a human could possibly make.
Twitter's a cesspool.
It's almost like people on Twitter are...
Support us on Twitter, though, just so you know.
I was just going to say that people on Twitter are the things that H.P. Lovecraft was fucking scared of, okay? Like, they are the things that are unknown, that are incomprehensible.
The Lovecraftian monsters.
Because it's like... Twitter people were losing their shit over the whole idea that like there was this like goblin villain.
Her name,
this goblin, and people were saying they're being anti-Semitic because the goblin represents Jewish people.
But
it's
like if you think about it, they
about?
are the fucking bankers, and the way they're depicted is absolutely like
I don't know. I feel like anybody could be a banker, dude. I don't know why.
No, but it's like that's their only job.
Goblins.
The goblins' only job is to be the bankers in the wizarding world, and that's why that was like I could understand that assumption because it is just a war against them from rebelling against
Isn't
wizards.
Dobby a goblin?
No, he's a elf.
Oh,
Dobby's an elf.
He's an elf.
He is an elf.
Just
He
so
does say
everybody
he's an
knows, I don't fuck with Harry Potter shit. I'm not gonna lie. Harry Potter has always just kind of been boring to me.
I think
I was a Lord of the Rings guy.
I was a Lord of the Rings and
gal
Percy
growing up.
Jackson character.
Percy Jackson was based too.
Yeah.
Shout
out to
Harry Potter
Nico.
was fun
Nico's
to
my
watch the
favorite
movies. I never read the books.
No, not for me. Like I said, Harry Potter has just never been interesting to me.
The trans NPC's name, her name is Serona Ryan. Kind of silly.
Yeah.
Ryan is. I've met girl Ryans before, so it's not too crazy.
I know, but
Sorona, or is it supposed to be Sirona? I don't know.
I don't know. Either way,
But
let's not
it's
dwell
Sorona.
on it. It's
I'm
not-
dwelling on it. I'm thinking about this shit. I'm going to bed tonight. I'm thinking about.
Well,
it.
we ain't. I didn't buy that fucking game. I don't care. I've also don't give a shit about Harry Potter that much. I
mean-
used to, but like that was before all the shit that happened, and by the time that shit happened, I didn't care about it anymore.
It was.
I was just gonna say.
I think it's a cool franchise. I think the
Yeah.
person who came up with it is a bad person. That's pretty much all
Yeah.
I have to say about it.
I just brought up the fact that I don't know anything about it because you saying Dobby is an elf, because I thought he was
is
a
an
fucking
elf.
goblin,
No,
because
he
he
is
looks
an
like
elf.
a goblin.
Can confirm.
If
He's
that's
a little goblin
if
guy,
that
though.
is-
Dobby is a free elf.
dude, if that is what
True,
a fuck,
yes.
if that's what elves look like in Harry, like what the fuck, those are elves. in
Yeah,
Harry Potter?
they're like more like the Santa Claus depiction of elves, except really fucking gross.
Ew.
Let's get off this. We're supposed to be talking about Fallout.
No, because see, Dobby is actually a mutation from radiation due to the fallout, the bombs dropping. So
Hogwarts is just. Have you ever heard that theory?
Oh, yeah,
That Skyrim is just Fallout, but like millions of years later. That's why magic and shit is all a thing.
Oh,
I
that's
don't.
interesting.
No.
But it's not.
I don't think so.
No, yeah,
Well, people are like,
It's like
That's
a
a
but
stretch.
there's this
That is-
Easter egg, and it's like, yeah, because it's a fucking Bethesda
yeah, 'cause
game.
It's fucking made by some company.
You look in the sky and
Mean
there's
word.
literally like 2 planets that are just out there.
Yeah, it has 2 moons, and also the stars aren't even stars; they're ethereous. I mean, I can't talk about this right now. I know too much Skyrim and Fallout lore. Once I start, I can't fucking stop.
So let's talk about the. I want to mention. I want to backtrack a lot, all the way back to the beginning here.
Okay.
And I want to mention that in the first one, your whole objective is to get a water chip for your vault,
Yeah.
and you go through and you learn about the master, which is like
yeah.
He's the
super
leader of the
mutant.
super mutants.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
And
looking.
he like takes there's like a couple of endings. One's where you can like just dominate the wasteland, become a mutant yourself, and
Yeah.
just kill everything.
He like turns you into a
yeah,
mutant.
and then you like take his place.
Um,
Or the canonical ending is that you get the water chip, bring it back, and then they kick you out because you've been out in the wasteland and you're like all gross and irradiated.
Yeah.
now. So they kick you out.
That's
and
how.
then you leave, and in Fallout 2, in Fallout 1 you leave and you make a tribe, and in Fallout 2 you're a descendant of the original Vault
Yeah.
Dweller, and you come back into the wasteland and do more shit. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember, but
So, the settlement that the Vault Dweller starts is called Shady Sands, and Shady Sands after
no, Shady
like
Sands was already a thing in 1. You walk into, or am I thinking of something else?
you're thinking of something else because Shady Sands, I think either he joins that tribe or he starts it, but Shady Sands turns into the NCR after a couple years. Yeah, they start a republic and join with other tribes to make a community, and then they become the fucking the literal imperial like army. Like they're imperialistic as fuck too. Like they walk into Nevada and they're like, "Ooh, shiny city, I want that. Give that to me."
Can we have an embassy? Thank you. Can we
Yes.
have the
Nice
the thing?
place.
Thank you.
Be a shame if something took it. It'd be a shame if we absorbed you into our.
I didn't realize that it turns into the NCR.
Yeah, because the lady there that I think you meet in the game, her father becomes the first president, and then she becomes the second. They talk about her like you know in the embassy
all
in
my
Fallout.
knowledge is hearsay, so I don't have anything.
In Fallout New
from
Vegas,
source.
you take a history test that talks about it.
Oh,
And-
that's
yeah, and it like talks about the characters from like the first few games. It's really cool.
Hmm.
But besides that,
Fallout 3 is the next one.
Fallout 3 is so good. I
It's pretty.
love.
I think the ambiance. Is
I think the
kinda
gameplay is
terrifying.
kind of trash, though. I'll
Yeah.
be
It's a
honest.
The
I-
gameplay and
It's old. It's old.
Yeah.
kind of the story was a little like especially.
Oh,
the
my
ending.
dad left. I go find my dad.
It's
Dad,
not-
what's
it-
going on,
It's
Dad?
not even
Dad
that.
died.
Dad.
It's
No!
mainly. It's mainly.
I must
the,
make water tasty for everyone.
yeah.
It's mainly.
I purify the
ending.
ocean. I cast purify water on ocean. Now everyone can drink the puddles.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What upsets me with the ending of Fallout 3 is that it's like your character pretty much has to fucking kill themselves to like.
Well, that's where the DLC comes in because you're not actually dead. The Brotherhood of Steel save you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They save you and they bring you back.
Like I've said before, Fallout 3 is like the one that I didn't have DLC for,
Yeah.
so I went.
They
out.
wake you up and then you're allowed to play the game again.
What
You have
instead?
to
What,
buy
what
the
I
game
got?
to play it again.
What I got was having Fox, that one friendly super mutant, with me.
Yeah, Fox is sick as fuck. What a cool.
I love
pretty
his
awesome. Cool
his
person.
line when he asked him to go into the
Yeah,
purifier, and he's
exactly,
like, "Sorry, friend, but I wouldn't take your destiny from you."
Yeah, I will not rob you of this. It's like, this is your destiny. It's just like,
He's
Cool, man.
I saw a picture where somebody drew
I-
that, and he was just flipping off the
yeah, it's like pretty fucking much. It's like, hey, person who's completely immune to radiation,
Can you
could you go
save
in
us?
that? Yeah, could you go in that radiated,
looks at you and he
super
he goes,
irradiated fucking bunker and like
Nah,
save?
bitch.
Yeah,
Nah,
he's
bitch.
like,
You gotta fucking die.
sorry, friend. You have to go fucking kill yourself.
The game code
He
literally
sa-
dictates
He
it.
literally looks at you and he goes, "Kill yourself, loser." And he
Yeah,
flips
he
you
talks
off.
normal for once.
Listen, buddy, I'm not in charge of these rules, okay? I'd love to go in there and help, but like the game code literally dictates that you have to go in there and die. I'm really sorry, but that's just how it is.
I'm not gonna stop you from your fate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you from killing yourself.
And you
That's
wake
a
up-
I
great
would.
friend thing to say.
Then you wake up in a Brotherhood of Steel hospital bed with
No, see, this part I don't know.
pure Cancer X in your veins.
You know what's fucked is that
Get this person some rat away.
yeah, you know what's
They
really
cured cancer. That's why everything's radioactive. That's the whole point. That's what rat away is. It's just the cure for cancer.
I like that in the game, if you choose to help President Eden and you poison the water supply, in the second half of the game, everybody's like, why is the water poison? Like, why is everybody getting sick? What the fuck? I thought we cleaned this shit. And like,
Oh,
if
that's
you
interesting.
if you drink the water, it'll hurt you. Like, it gives you heavy radiation because the poison that you put in it was like a strain of FEV to like wipe out anybody who has any form of radiation in them. So like over time, canonically, if
Everyone
you win
dies.
that, everybody ends up dying because they're like drinking all this water that the Brotherhood of Steel was like, go ahead, have it. But yeah, that obviously that's not the canonical ending, but like that's just one of the endings. That's what I like about Fallout games. It has multiple endings.
Oh, yeah.
It is so much fun to choose different ways. Even though in Fallout New Vegas I choose the same way every single fucking time.
Yeah, speaking of New Vegas, in New Vegas you're a courier that gets murked. And
Yeah.
You just wake up and you get this whole city put on your plate.
Yeah. And you're
You
just
get-
like, I guess I rule this town
You
now.
get murked because you have a certain little chip on you that you were just.
Dude, you're spoiling the game. Stop.
code. You
Spoiler warning.
code.
The DLC in that game is super good. Sierra Madre is one of my favorites.
Yeah, tell me about the DLC. I literally don't know about
So
any of the other ones.
let's just
Yeah.
take turns. You talk about one. And
Oh,
I'll
we didn't talk about
I mean,
Three's DLC.
I
but
can try.
we'll-
I can. I don't remember.
We'll tell
all of
him
them.
about them then.
Yeah, I don't remember all of them. I do know that in a way that the DLCs are in a certain order. That like
Yeah, you have to if you want to canonically know what's happening.
Yeah, you have to
I mean,
play
if
it.
you play all of them, you'll piece it together yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like
there is a certain way.
yeah, the certain way is you play Honest Hearts, then Sierra Madre. What's the third one called?
the blue something. The observatory or something.
Big Mountain or something like that. It was
Black Mountain, Big Mountain.
No,
it's-
Black Mountain's a location.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
I remember the place is called Big Mountain.
It's the fucking lobotomite one, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't
so-
remember.
I couldn't
Oh,
tell
Old
you.
World Blues.
There,
That's what
Old
it's
World
called.
Blues.
And
That
then
sounds right.
and then the last
the only
one
one I know.
is what is it called? Lone Wanderer or something like that. Lonesome Road. Lonesome Road.
There it is.
And that's the last one where you learn the real story of what's going on.
That's
like
interesting.
crazy bullshit. It's so good. Why don't you talk about whichever one you remember most, and I'll just go on.
Well, I was just about to say that funny enough, the one I started with was the last one,
Which is the most difficult part of the game.
Lonesome Road, because I remember I learned that there was a certain armor set in Lonesome Road called the NCR Riot Gear, which is
That sounds sick.
which is like this NCR, the iconic
Ranger.
yeah, the iconic NCR Ranger
it's
outfit.
the
but-
actual fit.
but it's like got these like fucking cool like paddings. and
It's like
shit.
metal plated and
Yeah.
shit. It's like extra
it's like
buff.
a tanked out fucking NCR gear, and it looks super badass. And I just remember I saw it and I was just like, I want it. And then I knew I learned that the Lonesome Road was the hardest, but I was like, I don't fucking care. And I went in there and I just like
got that Sigma grind set.
Brute forced my way through that shit. And eventually I got the armor and I was like, hell yes. And my God, it was not easy at all. Like the part that almost made me want to just like quit the game entirely was the section where you go on this elevator. It's like a set like segment where you're on this elevator going down, and it's like a small space. You can't go anywhere while it's going.
Yeah.
And the tunnel that you're going through in this elevator is like blowing up, and as it's blowing up, there are these creatures. Aren't they called like night crawlers or something?
I don't remember. They're like trogs.
Or no,
they're literally trogs.
They're called
from
tunnelers.
Fallout 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're called
The little things on the ground go.
Yeah,
they look like Golem.
Yeah, they're like these humanoid, like weird.
It's in one of
critters.
the Fallout 3 DLCs where you go to Pittsburgh.
Oh, I never did the pit.
You never did the pit.
I didn't, and
Fallout
I'm so
76
pissed
has
off.
a pit expedition
I
now.
know. I'm
Well-
so pissed off because I know it's like just a battle dome, right, or some shit.
It's like you start off as a slave, and then you go through it, and you do a bunch of trials, and then you learn some shit. Like, apparently the fucking Brotherhood of Steel demolished Pittsburgh because it was full of radioactive people, even though they were good. And they were just like, yeah, we're taking your technology and murking all of you. And then the one guy that runs the pit is like a deserter from the Brotherhood of Steel, and he's like got a vendetta against them and shit.
That's so cool.
And the whole DLC is based off the fact that the people in the pit they have a baby there that is like the cure to radiation completely.
Whoa.
And the whole thing is like you can either help them even though they're slavers and they're technically doing bad things, but they're doing it to hide this child.
Yeah.
Or there's one thing where you have the cannibal perk where you could just eat the fucking baby.
Oh my God.
That's
"Fuck it,
in
we
the
evil
reaction
for
from
today."
everybody. Like the wife of the guy just screams at
You
you.
did it?
When I learned it was
Psycho.
an option, I had
Fucked
to
up.
try it out.
I had to for science. I just
It's like
Not
one of
intrusive
the
thoughts.
options. It's like the thing is like the base game's like either you let the baby die, or you help them and help the baby live. But one of the ways to let the baby die is if you have the cannibal perk. That's why I
can
like
just
Fallout,
eat it.
because you could have special perks that make
my
a whole
God.
different options for things. Like
That's so fucking.
I remember I heard about it through the grapevine. Never saw it in a video or anything. And I was like, no way that works. And I ran a cannibal character that did melee. And then as soon as I got to the baby, not even like played out the story to the end where you get the
Wow.
option. As soon as you get to the baby, you could eat the fucking baby. I know that sounds terrible, but like when I clicked on the baby, it like gave me a description of what was going on. It was like real cute baby. It looked like a fucking toy doll, but you know, it's an old game.
you see a delectable little treat sitting.
No,
right in
and then
front of
his
you.
like option was like tickle the baby or like play with it and or like leave it alone. And like the last one was eat the fucking baby with your perk next to it.
Jesus.
I
so
love
funny.
Fallout.
Yeah, it's such an awesome game. I love eating babies.
It's atheism simulator.
I hate that. Isn't that kind of fucked up? They made it an option though. Like you could eat this fucking baby.
Dude, that's what's awesome about older games is that they let you do really fucked up shit like that. Games now, like
Like Skyrim, where the kids are annoying as fuck and you can't kill them.
no, I was talking about even more modern than that. Like what is it, Modern Warfare or some sort of like Call of Duty game?
Why are there kids in a Modern Warfare game?
It's this one mission I've seen where you're like going in this house with like night vision or some shit, and there's like this baby's room.
Yeah.
And it's like you can shoot the baby, but then when you do, the mission immediately ends, and it just says it gives you a message saying some shit like you cannot harm like civilians or something like that. But
I would like a line that says, "What the
Friendly
fuck
fire.
is wrong
no,
with
like
you?"
no, there is kind of something like that because it's like if you keep replaying it and then doing the same thing where you shoot the baby, like after the third time, the game will literally do the fade out thing again. But instead of saying like you can't do this, it'll just be like, "Are you serious?" Like,
Are you serious?
yeah, like what is fucking wrong? Like, why are you keep shooting the baby?
Why are you trying to no Russian the baby?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the game franchise that literally had a shooting like a like a simulator.
I like how you
the
can get
Lord.
I
the
remember
new
doing that as
version
a
of that
kid,
game.
and I was like,
Dude,
graphic.
yeah,
What do you mean? And then I'm going through. I'm like, I don't like this. This doesn't
Didn't the
feel
game
right.
give you an option to skip that level?
Yeah, you can.
I don't think I ever did.
I didn't either. But
Logan-
I was
Logan
like,
really likes doing the
I
most
was like-
No,
intrusive
there's a
decision
thing where like if you don't shoot anybody, it doesn't do anything.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you're
just
talking about the
walk
thing
while everyone else.
where
Yeah.
he goes like no Russians or something like that, right?
He says,
Yeah.
remember, no Russian.
Because
Yeah.
they're in a
You
Russian
can't-
airport and they're trying to
trying to
protect.
pretend to
They're
be
trying to look like
Americans.
Americans or something. Because they're trying to start a war between Russia
Damn.
and the U.S. It's a we can't talk about this game. We have to talk
Sorry.
about Fallout. God
Sorry.
damn it.
Anyway,
No, because see, there's an Easter egg in that scene where he says no Russians, and then you can see in the very back of the crowd that Fox is actually standing there with a suitcase coming in from the airport, and see, because then that leads to why he decides not to help you in Fallout 3.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
Because
I let you play that out because I was hoping it'd be funny.
he says, "Sorry, my friend, but I've got pretty fucked up PTSD, so I can't help you."
we were originally on New Vegas DLC, and then we got
Yeah.
sidetracked.
Yeah, I was
DLC.
saying that I fucking did the Lonesome Road and that I pushed through it to get an armor that I wanted.
Yeah.
That there was a certain part that really pissed me off where you're in this hard stuck segment where you can't go anywhere, and it's basically like one of those things where you have to just survive for as long as you can. And it's hard because then these enemies called tunnelers, which are these like humanoid gremlin things, they're supposed to be like way stronger than death claws.
The
And-
lore behind them is like they were there before the bombs. Like it's fucking creepy. Like they
Ugh.
were like Lovecraftian creatures that already existed.
Oh, that's something we should talk about. Is this the Lovecraftian?
We gotta show Laura that.
on
What?
76?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
You can find a Lovecraftian horror
In-
in 76.
Oh,
But
that's
like,
fun.
see, that's something I was just going to talk about. Was that real quick? I just want to finish up and say that the tunnelers are annoying because they do massive damage, but on top of that, they'll fucking poison you, and the poison itself will do massive damage. So it's just like I remember cornering
Get
myself.
fucked simulator.
Yeah, I remember I had to corner myself and just like fucking take them out one by one as fast as I could. I had to like memorize where they would spawn from to take them out as
That's
quickly as
rough.
possible.
You must have been so underleveled.
Oh, funny enough, there is a glitch you can do in like the very beginning of the game to just like power level. I remember I power leveled to like 40 or something. So then like going in Lonesome Road, it was like you need to be level 25 and higher to be up. And I was like, oh, this will be our cakewalk. It was not. It was still a pain in the fucking ass.
That's mad.
Yeah, even at high levels, that
Yeah.
DLC is insane.
But no, yeah, talking about Lovecraftian horror, I really do love and appreciate how Bethesda really likes to tie that into like almost all their Fallout games. They just always gotta like add some sort of cool like
Ancient god shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome.
Like in Fallout 4 where you can find those like metal heads underwater and in tunnels and shit.
Lorenzo,
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah, the Lorenzo thing, that's one.
like the man who literally picked up Aztec technology, put it on his head, and became immortal until 200 years after the bombs fell, where he and his family are still immortal. That whole side quest in 4 is insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
The dude has a whole insane asylum with just the dude in it. The one motherfucking
I also like the
Crazy.
in Fallout 4. There's that.
Cabot. That's
There's
what it-
Mhm.
there's a quarry that you can come across, and if you explore the quarry, but that's me when I see Cthulhu IRL. But
You're real. I knew it. They didn't believe me.
Whoa, I
You're
can-
in like brown robes and have like a book out.
I can actually comprehend you very easily. You're literally just a squid head with a person body. I mean, I don't see what H.P. Lovecraft was.
I'm
going
trying
crazy.
so hard to remember the quarry that you're speaking.
No,
of.
I can't
It's
remember. I can't remember the name. I
It's right
can't.
by Hugo's hideout. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
like
the quarry that you have to drain first?
No.
No.
It is a pretty easy quarry to come across, and it is like recognizable because it's a quarry that is filled with like raiders.
It's a big hole.
Yeah, it's like a big hole, and there's a
Mhm.
bunch of fucking raiders and shit that you got to kill. So it's like definitely not a forgettable fucking quarry.
Mhm.
I'm
I
sure-
don't think I know what you guys are talking about, so
But-
I'm
All
interested.
right, never mind. Let's move on.
No, no,
I'm
no,
kidding.
we should-
No, no.
I'm kidding.
No, that's what I was saying why I was interested in.
But no, it is just like this big ass fucking quarry. It's like I mean I could just look it up on my phone or something.
When you go through it, you like get these flashes.
Yeah, that's what's cool. It's like
What?
as you're going through it, you start to when you get to these certain parts, you get like these flashes of what look like
a vision.
Yeah,
of the past.
yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like past,
like when the bombs were falling,
or even before then, maybe because
it could have been like right. Yeah,
yeah,
true.
like because I remember there's one vision you get where like you literally just see like construction guys just kind of like working like nothing's going on, you know, and it's just like, whoa, that's weird. And then as you progress, you come across like this tunnel, and when you go in the tunnel and you enter into this like kind of open room, the open room will flash into like this, you know, past
ritual
thing.
room.
Yeah, it's like this ritual taking place.
There's like people sitting in a circle, and there's
they're like
an altar.
bowing down. Yeah, and there's a guy at an altar, and it's like there's candles.
He has the sacrificial blade.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best like melee weapons you can get.
Yeah, it looks cool too.
And then he.
Yeah, and yeah, when the flash goes away, then like the room just shows like this, you know, little body of water that is actually like super deep. And when you swim,
Is that where you see the heads? I think I remember.
Yeah. When you swim down, you see like one of the metal heads that's just kind of like peeking through the dirt.
And you can see those around the game too.
Mm-hmm. And when you swim further in, there's like this little, what would you call it? Like
a side area.
No, like where the sword is on, you know?
Oh, like an altar?
Yeah, like it's just another altar underwater, basically.
Yeah, and you just pick it up.
Yeah, the sword's like right there planted, as if somebody placed it there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's called like Quorm. Quorm's tooth or something.
That's one to look up.
Yeah. How you say that shit?
But yeah, can I explain the other Lovecraftian thing we found in 76?
Oh, go ahead.
So
That shit's creepy.
there's this cave that you can find that's on like this really good plot of land to build a base, and it's full of like those Blood Eagle raiders, and no, it's full of the cultists. It's full of the Mothman cultists, right?
Yeah, it is. It's full of Mothman. Yeah,
Krimva's tooth.
Yeah, Krim's tooth. That's what it's called. Oh, and maybe
sickest machete mod in existence.
Yeah,
But,
just sacrificial blade.
Sorry.
I just wanted to say real quick that it'll probably say where it's at. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, the name of the quarry.
Yeah, the name of the quarry, and then we will just get into the fucking. Wow, it's in Dunwich Borers.
Yes, Dunwich Borers.
Dunwich Borers.
Oh
so-
shit. Okay.
I think it's a reference to something, but I think it's like a book, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
Dunwich
go that
Borers. It sounds like something horrors, you know? Like maybe that's what
far.
it is.
like,
Or something.
It almost sounds like a title of a book or some shit, or a
Well,
play on words.
The whole Lovecraftian horror thing's really cool in 76 because you find this cave. We'll have to look it up to find it again.
Yeah, it's like a. No, yeah, it's.
You
like
should get a
cave.
picture out of the thing for Laura to see. So you go through this cave and you kill these cultists that are supposed to be Mothman cultists. 'Cause that's their name.
Yeah, I want to do the Mothman quest. I still haven't done it.
They're really fun. But like the stalking Mothman is fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
That thing
I
will
think I saw him at one point.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
it's like a 50% chance he'll aggro on you while stalking you, and he's fucking terrifying. Because I think me and Lance were like going across the entire map, and he would just fucking follow us.
Yeah, I remember I would look around. Like I would just look around because you know the scenery and landscape of 76 is actually
It's
like,
so
Yeah,
pretty.
it's very nice. So like I will literally just be exploring with Logan, and we'll be going through like these woods, and I'll be like, "Wow, this place looks amazing." And then I'll look over, and I will just see two fucking huge glowing yellow eyes looking at me in the distance with like a shadowy figure, and I'm just like, I just shit my fucking power armor. Let's get the fuck out of
I
here.
think it's
right
like
now.
if you look at him, that's when he aggroes or
Yeah.
something like
It's
that.
like, motherfucker, you staring at me. Like,
But
what?
like we fought him for a little bit, but we were like lower levels, so then we ended up getting away from him, and we were
Yeah.
like, okay, well that's a hard enemy to fight.
Yeah.
And then he followed us like
Yeah.
all across
That's
the
so
fucking map.
terrifying. That's fucking spooky.
Okay. I love things that do that in games. Though
Yeah.
I think that's really fun.
It is fucking awesome, like looking over and seeing it like in the distance.
Oh
like,
shit! It's getting closer.
it's just like holy shit.
Like
that's
games
creepy, but
that
awesome.
have things like that, like Choo Choo Charles, like you're being hunted the entire time, or like those Bigfoot games made by some of those Bigfoot games are made
I'm
by
a
like
little bitch.
Ukrainian.
I'm a little bitch. I can't fucking do spooky.
No, but
something
like,
stalks me across the map in a Fallout game. I'm like,
But for me, it's when it starts like fucking aggressively chasing you. Then that's
Oh,
when I'm
that's
Yeah.
fair.
that's when I start screaming like a bitch. And
But
running
even
away.
just like when it's showing up all the time, it's like,
yeah. But
feel
what
like I'm
we
being
were
watched
saying,
right now.
so you go through this fucking tunnel,
Yeah.
and
It's like
you're killing these guys, and you
Yeah.
don't really think of anything, and then you go into a room where like the boss one is, and you kill him, and then you're like, huh, cool. And then there's like this, like it's like full of vines in there,
Yeah.
and there's like a wall of vines that you can walk through. Pretty much, it's really well hidden. Like
Yeah.
I remember when we were looking for it specifically, we could barely find it. That's
Yeah.
when we were playing with Kylie, and Kylie knew about it, and they were like, "Oh, I can't find it. Where is it?"
Yeah.
I swear it's real.
Yeah.
And then you walk into this room, like there's a little hall. You kind of turn around, and then you walk into this room, and there's this thing just on the floor. Like, see, at first we thought it was dead.
Yeah, it's like first you have to walk through the first set of vines. There's like this first set you walk through that leads you into like this little room where it looks like they actually are like making experiments or some shit.
Yeah, like they were. I think the story behind it was they were experimenting with his blood or something.
Yeah, and then it's like there's another set of well-hidden vines in that room that you go through that take you deeper in, and then when you go through, you enter this room, and there are still like a little bit of moth cultists in there they have to get rid of, but you dispose of them easily or whatever. And then you look and you just see this weird like thing, like this creature just like laying there.
It looks like the torso, the head with like the Lovecraftian
like
tendrils,
yeah.
and then like weird long feet that like are hooked.
And there are like these weird like arm-looking appendages on its back.
It's fucking nasty.
And what's scary, what's like really unsettling about it, what makes it so disturbing is that you look at it and it looks dead. It's like not moving, but then like when you stare at it long enough, the tendrils will like twitch and move, and you're just like, oh shit.
And then we freaked out about
Yeah.
it. And then I think we hit it or shot it, and it made like a noise.
Oh no, it didn't make noise. It would just
Would it move more? I think it was either one of the two.
it was just like blood would come out. Like
Yeah, it was the same liquid that they were using to test shit. It was, but like the thing is like that's fucking terrible.
yeah, and it's big too. It's not just like a human. It's not just like
Do you have a picture of it?
Like, see, that's what it looks like.
It's ginormous
Oh
too.
my
Like the
God.
picture doesn't do it much
Yeah.
justice.
Oh no,
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just like this. What's really disturbing about it for me personally is the fact that it has like humanoid features. Here's a
It's
full.
like two big ass lit. Oh
Yeah.
Can I see it again? I haven't seen it in such a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
That's
looks like
like-
humans
that's like-
morphed together
It's
onto
like
it. or
on the
something.
same terrifying level of like in terms of like how thin it is and shit, like Siren Head or like Skinwalkers.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that
Kinda
thing from
reminds
The
me of
Ritual.
Skinwalkers. Shit's spooky.
Oh, that movie, The Ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Have you seen that movie,
Yeah,
Laura?
that's a good movie. I like it.
It's a
I don't-
horror
I can't-
movie.
I told you I can't do horror. If
Okay.
it has, it's the last horror movie I watched was Slenderman, and I had nightmares about it.
I forgot
for
that had a movie
days.
adaptation.
Yeah, it was bad.
But yeah, that thing you can find in 76, and it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it's got like.
And there's no explanation really.
Yeah, there's no explanation so far.
Like even if you look at Bethesda's like stuff, they don't really mention it.
Yeah,
much.
it's still very vague.
It has a specific name, I remember,
Yeah,
but it's like
called-
not an enemy.
It's called the Interloper. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking illager.
Shit's gonna be in my
Yeah.
fucking nightmares now. Bro.
Yeah,
Fuck you
it's
guys.
like this weird.
It gets
creature.
worse when you see it in the game because then you feel like something's bad's gonna happen the
Yeah,
entire
like-
time.
They definitely gotta have some fucking.
I remember
plan for it.
Kylie
There's no
was like,
way.
"Hey, we should build a base here," and then after that, we're like, "We're not being
Yeah.
anywhere near this fucking place."
So this thing has like, it's sort of humanoid because it has like a torso, but then it has these uncanny like long ass legs that like have multiple joints, so they bend
Yeah.
like 3 times. And then like its feet almost look like heels or something.
It's
like high heels.
nasty.
And it's like there's no
Guys,
like
you're scaring the
2
viewers.
pairs of arms.
Guys, you're scaring the viewers. You're scaring them.
The scaring the viewers, but it's a cool thing that
two
Fallout
people
has.
that will listen to this.
But like the thing is Skyrim has shit, or not Skyrim specifically. I know Oblivion has something like
Oh,
that.
I was gonna say
where there's like a
the-
cave that you can go into and it's blocked off, and the whole town there is like worshiping a cult called the they're worshiping a cult, and they're like, what's it called? It's like the cult of the deep dwellers or something. And you go into the cave, and at the end of the cave there's like this rock fall like this it's like caved in, and at first you don't think anything, and you're like, oh, they're just fucking crazy NPCs, you know. And then you start hearing like murmurs on the other end and like weird noises.
You're scaring me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like it's like Bethesda likes to do that shit, which is so cool.
Like I was peeing my pants in BioShock at times. It's just like vaguely spooky.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, when I played it, it scared the shit out of me. Now I kind of like I've played it so much that it's second nature.
I was gonna say the closest thing Skyrim has to Lovecraftian is just the fucking Solstheim DLC when you go into Apocrypha, which is like when you read a book, a black book, these tentacles come out and grab you and pull you in. Then it takes you into like this world, this like green world of.
It literally is just Lovecraftian.
Yeah, it's like
porn.
It's full of books, and it's like Hermaeus Mora's whole world. So yeah, Bethesda really does love their Lovecraftian horror, and I really do appreciate that because I myself also love Lovecraftian horror. It doesn't even have to be Lovecraftian because like
it just has to be like that unknown.
Yeah, it's mainly I guess a good category or genre would be the cosmic horror, like
unfathomable beings.
Yeah.
What's that movie called? It like copied Bird Box, kind of, where you can't look at the monster or you'll kill yourself because it's like a Lovecraftian monster. I can't remember the name. We'll have to talk about that later. I don't want to freak Laura out anymore.
You're scaring me.
It's in your skin. It's in your skin. It's in your skin.
Back to Laura. Or not.
Back to me. So what I was trying to say earlier was Point Lookout in Fallout 3 was interesting. I always remember the hillbilly guys out in the swamps.
The literal hillbilly inbred guys.
And they have the shotguns.
Yay. That's a good game.
That's the last three. I think that's the last 3 DLC that we haven't talked about.
Okay.
Any of the other New Vegas DLCs?
There's the Honest Hearts where you go into the Grand Canyon.
Ooh.
And you like help these literal tribal people fight another group of tribal people. It's really fun. And then also Joshua Graham, one of the best fucking characters in the game.
Yeah.
He is so cool. He used to be like Caesar's lieutenant, but then he failed like fucking once. And then Caesar's like, yeah, I'm going to put pitch on you and burn you and throw you into the Grand Canyon because fuck you.
Damn.
Yeah. And then he came back, and now he's known as the Burn Man, and he's just wearing fucking bandages the entire time. He also has some of the sickest weapons ever. Those 45 auto pistols are fucking amazing.
And the sickest lines in the entire fucking game. He's bad. I wish all Christians were like him, bro.
What was it again? It's like God. You can't expect God to do everything.
I thought you were talking about the one where I think he said some shit like the fire burned around me, and he's like, but the fire inside burned brighter or something.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
Yeah.
God damn, this dude's got some spirit.
He's pretty cool. Yeah, that DLC's pretty short compared to the other ones, in my opinion.
Because it's like one of the first ones.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's got some awesome weapons and armor and shit. The next one that you do, or canonically should do, is Sierra Madre. Mm-hmm. And that one, aesthetically, is cool. I don't like being stuck in I don't like the whole collar shit, but like the characters that you can get to follow you are so good. That's why I wish followers in like newer Bethesda games were as good, because I don't really.
You could have a major and a minor follower in New Vegas.
Well, it's also not just that. It's that like followers in the older Bethesda games tend to have a lot more fucking personality than the newer ones.
Too. Yeah.
I think Fallout 4 did pretty good.
4 did it pretty alright.
But like Fallout New Vegas, I think was the best in my opinion, because they had so many good lines. They had stories and missions and like all sorts of and like different perks. I think Fallout 4 they had perks too. But
in Fallout 4 you have to like reach the highest affinity with
you have to make them like you.
You have to have sex with them, right?
Pretty much.
No, you can just make them like
What's funny is that in Fallout 4 with Strong, the other friendly mutant.
Yeah, you just have to beat the fuck out of things.
Well, no,
Strong's not the only friendly mutant in 4.
What's funny is that, in Fallout 4 you can always ask your NPCs like, how do you feel about our relationship or some shit, and they'll just like tell you. Mm-hmm. But with Strong, it's always just him being like, humans like other humans, and it's like, I think that it should stay that way. Like, basically, like he's straight up just being like, I'm not into you, man. Like, that's weird.
But you can't have sex with Strong.
What'd you say?
You can.
You can't.
Strong ain't got
Yeah,
no
you can.
genitalia.
Exactly. There's a mission where you get a dildo and have sex with him.
No, you don't.
I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. I don't fucking believe you.
That was such a like
fucking piece of shit. I
I
don't
was like,
believe you.
I was like, no, you fucking. I was gonna be like, there aren't even any dildos in the game. What are you talking about?
You
Like,
never
what
found a
mods, What mods have you been
dildo?
installing, man?
I swear, it's just Call of Duty mods.
Wait, no, it's not a mod. It's in the vanilla game, right?
Me and Lance were making fun of the mods that you can get for Skyrim because a lot of them are just like big titty goth girl mods.
Yeah.
And
Epic bikini armor.
yeah, it's like,
wow,
and they
awesome.
always have like the highest fucking ratings. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
of course, all the
But
12-year-olds
once
love
we
that
were
one.
like, I think, what was it, Lance, with the dragon? What?
No, it
You
was
went so hard. Oh my god.
It wasn't like a thing we really found on the mod list. It was more of like a curiosity that killed the cat moment, because it was like, I think it was me that was either me or you, one of us was curious about like,
I think we joked about it. We're like, oh, big titty dragon
Oh,
mod.
yeah.
And then you looked it up and there was actually.
oh, whose is that?
Hello.
Who's the
I think
imposter?
Oh fuck.
It sounds good so far. Anyway,
Okay.
okay, just nobody move.
That sounds so weird.
Anywho, yeah. I think it's because we were seeing all the big titty like elf mods or some shit on the Skyrim shit, and we were
just joking about
like,
it.
oh, the big dragon mod. Would dragon have titties? Huh? And then it's like, after joking, I think I was when I was like, wait a minute, like, what if there actually is a fucking dragon with big tits mod? And yeah, I googled it. And there
Like an
is.
idiot.
I
No,
believe.
it's not what you think. It's
I'd
not
be
like
surprised.
it's not like an anthropomorphic, like, oh, dragon with a whole big. No, it is a literal like Skyrim model dragon
With
that
massive-
just has
That's
tits.
so fucking
And on
stupid.
top of that, which makes it fucking worse, is that there is a full blown model of a fucking pussy on this dragon. Like, why?
Who spent
Why?
the time to
This is
render
way less
that?
fun.
Who fucking decided, like, I need this in my Skyrim game? It's like, dude, you are fucking gross and weird. And I hope I never meet you in real life.
I'm sorry that your curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, you literally. I remember. I was like, I think I was
You
hesitant.
know, if
like,
you don't want
look
the
it
answer,
up.
if you don't want the
No,
answer to the
I was
question,
the-
don't fucking ask
I was
the
the
question.
brave.
That's
I was
what
the
they
brave
say.
boy who went into the dark and never.
You
came
never
out.
came back.
A fucking corpse came back
died.
out.
I'm dead inside. But yeah,
just nasty shit.
Yeah.
But
Fallout.
yeah,
Is that all the Fallout New Vegas
all,
DLC?
that all came from
Oh.
strong.
no.
the
So
dildo,
the
by
Fallout
way.
New Vegas
Yeah,
DLC
true.
is like, oh, you're in a casino area and you have to help this crazy former leader of the Brotherhood of Steel get this technology or get into this vault that's supposed to have all this like riches and technology in it. And eventually you get into the vault, and then I think the canonical way, or one of the canonical ways, is you save all the companions there, and then you trap him in the vault. And then what's really fucked up is while you're leaving the Sierra Madre, about to leave completely, you can put on your Pip-Boy and listen to him on the radio going insane inside the vault.
Oh my god.
Damn,
yeah.
I mean, he kind of deserves it though.
Yeah, he was a bitch.
He's a masterpiece shit.
Yeah, and he literally lobotomized a chick and like took her what's it called?
tongue?
They took her
Vocal
vocal cords so
Yeah.
she couldn't talk.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
he's tortured a super mutant who had multiple personality disorder into listening to him no matter what.
That's fucking.
And to the point where like near the end of the game they want to kill themselves.
Yeah.
And then you end up saving them.
Like the super mutant. I think you first meet him. He's called Dog, and when he's Dog, he's just kind of like this, dumb, like goofy fucking
Like
guy.
feral beast pretty much.
who like wants to eat things, and he has like he almost has like the mindset of a child, like he's just like, oh, dog hungry and some shit. But then eventually, when you come across him again, he's like completely different.
He's called God.
Yeah, it's just Dog backwards, and he sounds like more sinister and like
sophisticated.
actual.
And he's like the big brother. He's like trying to keep Dog from getting hurt. Like they understand that they're separate separate beings.
yeah.
And it's one of the side effects of being like a what's it called, a Nightkin super mutant that use the stealth boys,
right.
because they if they use those too much they go insane. Like
Yeah.
they literally
I
messes
think-
with their brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget that
you
he's
can
a
get the
Nightkin.
Nightkin. You can get the Nightkin companion grandma lady.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's fucking insane. Like
She
she's
follows
clearly
you,
used
yeah.
too many stealth boys.
It's
funny,
so
though.
sick though because like I like to imagine that some part of who she was before the
Was the
FEV
grandma.
shined through. Yeah,
Yeah.
like because all the super mutants were different people.
Yeah.
Men or women, they all turned into the super mutants.
Yeah.
That's what I think is so interesting about it.
Yeah.
They are genderless beings.
I
Well,
think-
no, they're all boys. I guess they're all homies. Brother, you know.
Brother.
There is that one.
I am pinned here.
There is that one super mutant.
Sorry.
God damn it! Get naughty.
That one super mutant in '76 in the crater with the Raiders. Crater Raider. But is their name is Gale, and it's like they're like a protector of this child, but it's like their like demeanor and even their voice is like higher pitched than any normal super mutant. So like
it sounds like they just picked up some random guy on the side of the road and was like, read these lines real quick.
But no, they did like pitch up the tone of the voice,
Yeah.
to almost make it seem like feminine, I guess. And it's just like, that does sort of tie into the idea that like, oh yeah, the
At
super
one
mut-
point.
yeah, at one point the super mutants were just people, both men and women, and they just became that.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fact that like super mutants in Fallout 3 and New Vegas were so much cooler than super mutants in Fallout 4.
Not just super mutants, man. Like all the fucking creatures in 3 and New Vegas are way cooler and also way fucking scarier with like their design and even
I think the Mirelurks are spookier.
yeah,
in 3.
like
No, in 4. Sorry.
like
I think
the
those
Mirelurks
got an
look
upgrade.
like-
They
look
definitely
like
got an
crabs.
upgrade.
well, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, it's like Fallout 4 and 76 are clearly they're going for like a more, I guess, like a more realistic look of the said creatures.
More of like a horror kind of thing, you know?
What do you mean?
Like the ghouls
Like the
look
Deathclaw-
fucking
yeah,
terrifying.
ghouls are
and the Deathclaws,
spooky.
oh my, don't
Deathclaws look
I would
really
take a
spooky in
Fallout
4.
4 Deathclaw over a New Vegas Deathclaw any day.
Oh, so you're saying that the New Vegas ones are like creepy and shit?
I think they're creepier,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay. For a second, I thought you were saying that Fallout 4 was like scary, and I was gonna be like, no,
I don't think so.
No, yeah,
I do
because like I
like
said-
that the fucking sorry. Can I say this real quick? I do like that the Deathclaws are huge
Yeah, they are
Wait, in
bigger in
what?
4.
Just
I
all
in
of them?
Fallout 4 because
Oh,
they're
yeah,
so
no,
much
'cause
bigger
yeah,
and more
they are
menacing.
towering.
They
yeah.
can pick you
But
up.
also, like
even in
the
Power Armor.
ones in Fallout 3 and New Vegas are terrifying because they're more like Skinwalker like.
And they're more like they're way more aggressive and straightforward. Like they will just go right up to you and wail on you. Like it's obvious that in 4 and 76 that Bethesda seemed to go for more like style points. Just
Yeah.
like, make the Deathclaws look cool, which they do. I really do like their design a lot. But like they're not really as ferocious, I guess you could say, as like their New Vegas Fallout 3 counterparts.
That's fair.
Instead, they like I said, they go for cool points where like when you're shooting at the Fallout 4 ones, they like do these like evasive maneuvers while coming at you, which is like, oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think the mechanics of the 4 ones are better, but that's just because it's a newer game.
But
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
ones in
Or, like,
fucking
how they
New
can
Vegas
pick
just
you up.
continue to
they're
run
like,
after
they
you.
fucking run at you like gremlins with their hands sticking out, like, and then like when they get to you, they just fucking like swing and slap the shit out of you with their fucking claws.
Yeah.
And yeah, they look more like Skinwalker like
Yeah.
gremlins.
I think they're more scary, but I like I don't dislike the Fallout 4 ones. I think they're
Yeah.
really
I
super
think
cool.
the mole rats look better in 4 also.
I think so too. The mole rats kind of look derpy in New Vegas.
Yeah.
They just look a little silly. In 4, they're like kind of like visceral. Like,
Yeah, and they got cooler mechanics.
Squirrels in 76 are disgusting.
Have you seen the beavers yet that have just
I have
spiked
not seen the
tails?
beavers.
Yeah, there's like normal animals in that game that just look fucked. Like-
but like it's the 76 is the first game where there's like squirrels. You don't see squirrels in the other ones, but you always catch squirrels on sticks and squirrel bits. So
Same with
what
the
the fuck is up
iguanas.
with that?
Same with the
Same with
iguanas.
iguanas.
That's
is up
actually
with
like there's a video that's like it's a conspiracy that they're actually human meat that you're eating the entire time. Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
the talking about like animals being mutated in the Fallout 76 games and whatnot reminds me of what you and I talked about of that meme I saw with Fallout New Vegas where it's like these 4 pictures of all these mutated creatures, and then
Oh, yeah.
in the center is a picture of a coyote in New Vegas, and it just says like, reject mutations, embrace coyote, and it's like.
They're the only normal
Yeah.
fucking creatures in the game
Yeah.
that have not changed at all.
Yeah, like in a world of radiation, coyotes have just been like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna turn
I'm gonna
into
keep dogging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep
in a
dogging.
world with like
Also,
these fucked
like
up
dog
fucking-
meat is like just a dog.
Oh, yeah, he's a perfect German
You can-
Shepherd
you
that
can
hasn't been
find-
touched.
You can also find like
gorilla.
like in 76, the one lady in Flat Creek has a dog, and he's like he's a purebred of some kind. I can't
Yeah,
remember what breed.
I don't remember what you're talking
Yeah,
about, but
I don't
I think
come
I've
across
I think I've
If
seen it.
the-
Maybe.
have you guys played? Did you guys play before the people were in the game?
No, we played after.
After
as
the
far as-
people were in the
At
game?
least I did. At least I did.
No, I played before there was people in the game. I remember because I got the game was given to me for Christmas one year.
I pre-ordered it.
recently.
And
So, yeah,
the
obviously I
main
played
quest was the side quest. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would walk into rooms and all the creatures in the room would be T-posing.
Yeah, like I just remember
It was
playing it and being like,
bad.
"What the fuck is this shit going on?"
I love rushed video games sometimes because they are just broken as
They're
fuck.
silly.
God, that is so much fun. I love Fallout. It's so much fun. Fallout is definitely one of the franchises that's probably stuck with me more than any other. I like
I think the
Bethesda
setting
games.
is really neat.
Yeah. It's
Bethesda
a cool
games
concept.
are way better on keyboard and mouse than they are in controller. I don't know what
Really?
it is, but there's something about like the movement on controllers. Like on keyboard and mouse, there's such precision. Like, or at least 4 as a shooter.
Yeah.
Since 4 is more of a shooter.
Yeah.
The gunplay in 4 feels a lot better on a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't know. I've been a console boy growing up, so I don't do none of them PC
That's fair.
city boys.
I got an okay PC at one point, and then I bought 4 because I was like, I have to play it on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, Laura, go ahead and tell us about that. You can fucking speedrun that game. I
Yeah.
feel like I could speedrun New Vegas really easily. Like if I just wanted to finish the game, no other DLC or anything.
I want to take a brief moment to talk about 4's DLC too.
Oh yeah, let's talk about. Wait, can we talk about one more DLC in 3 that we
Yeah.
totally skipped over? Project Anchorage.
Oh yeah, that one was such a good one.
Yeah, where
you're
you-
just in a simulator
About like
And then you
the
get the
Chinese
most-
invading Alaska.
and then you get the most badass power armor
Yeah.
afterwards.
Every time I play
That
Fallout
one's
3,
such a
I
cool
do that
one.
one first.
I love that
So
one.
I can get the power armor
power armor's
instantly
so
and the
good.
training, and then you're just done. And then you're just
Yeah.
like, I am God throughout
I forgot
the entire
about that.
game.
Wait,
And it's with the
is-
Brotherhood Remnants.
Yeah,
right?
it's like the Outcast, the Brotherhood
Outcasts,
Outcast.
This is a DLC or something?
It's a
Yeah,
DLC
for
in
three.
3.
Yeah,
And
I
you
wouldn't know.
get to see Liberty Action in his prime, whenever he was built when he was supposed to be.
Liberty
used.
Action in his prime. I mean, you did see him in his prime, that's for sure.
And you also saw him in action.
Yeah.
But that's not his name.
You have to fight like these Chinese stealth armor guys.
The stealth
They're
armors?
fucking.
I think you
so
get the
hard.
stealth armor
You
also
get it
in the
too.
vault.
Yeah.
You
I
get
know
it
in
Fallout
in New
4.
Vegas you can get the stealth armor really easily. You just find like a transmission inside the dam, and you're just like, he says, "We got some weird armor from China. We put it in a box," and then you can go find it, and then you're just like the stealthiest motherfucker for the entire
That's
game.
so cool. That armor is insane.
Yeah, I have that armor in 76 actually.
Oh, that's cool.
And ironically, I have a lot of armors in 76.
For me, ever since I learned about it, I've always gone for the Shredder minigun build.
Oh,
It's so broken.
it's-
You just
fucking
run.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
We used to power level that way.
it seems as though they fucking made some kind of patch where now when you use the Shredder, it takes up your stamina whether or not you're in power armor. So that's a little upsetting.
Yeah, Bethesda was like, "Hey, wait a minute."
You're having fun? Fuck you.
Yeah. Let's go back to Fallout 4 though. What DLC do you want to talk about, Laura? Because I don't know a lot about them. I haven't played them.
Far Harbor.
Well, funny, I was gonna say I recently got the Far Harbor DLC, but I have not touched it yet. Not because I didn't want to necessarily, because I just don't really know how to fucking start it. Like in the game, I don't know. Who I
you have to
talk
get to level 15, and then at Valentine radios. Actually, you just have to talk to Nick Valentine, and then you'll get the radio station afterward, and that's how you start it.
So yeah, there you go. This whole time I had no idea. Otherwise, I would have fucking, because Far Harbor, out of all the DLCs, funny, ironically, it was the last one I got, but it was the one I wanted to do the most, because I do love, harbor type like aesthetic.
I feel like it feeds into that
I don't
Lovecraftian thing.
that-
I don't want to spoil it too much, but on the island there's a fog, and it's like a radioactive fog, kind of like how in the glowing sea you just walk around and it hurts. The fog, if you're in the fog, it's radioactive, and it's caused the island. There's always been fog on the island, but it has encapsulated the whole island, forcing all the people to live on the harbor, Far Harbor.
You know what that reminds me of?
The mist.
Patrolling in the Mojave makes me almost wish for a nuclear winter.
And then there's a place called Arcadia where synths live, and it's a synth refuge. Oh,
cool.
I like how
Like an arcade.
And then there's it's another faction on the other side of the base, which are the Children of Adam.
Oh, yeah.
And they love the fog.
Yeah.
And the people on the harbor hate the fog, and that's the whole conflict.
Do you think if there ever...
it's another three-way conflict there.
It's so cool.
Also, if you're in the Brotherhood of Steel, you get a secret mission where you can go back and fucking kill everybody in Arcadian with a bunch of paladins.
Really?
Yeah, it's a mission. And
That's
then
so
if
fucked
you're
up.
with the Institute, you actually go and abduct all of them. Like, you kill a
my
bunch of them and
God.
take some back.
Jesus.
It's funny because they're like, we got to take all of them, and they kill like half of them.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, because you brought up the child of Adam.
Children of Adam.
Children of Adam, yeah.
Shut your ass. But it did get me thinking, like, do you think that if there ever was a nuclear war of some kind that we like survived and a few years go by, that there would be some religion made?
Oh my God, yes.
Probably.
some way?
For sure.
That would make
Humans are
sense,
stupid
yeah.
enough to do that shit.
Also, the fact that it's real. Like, some people are genuine, and the Children of Adam have the gift of the glow, where they're human people, but they're not affected by radiation. It's like the baby that you talked about in the pit. So I wonder if there's any correlation.
Maybe. I haven't
because the
researched
baby
that.
in the pit you said was unaffected, had the cure to radiation or something.
Yeah,
right?
but I ate it, so it doesn't matter.
But I'm saying like
really hungry.
like the Children of Adam, there's some people who just aren't affected by radiation, so they're able to worship it and be in it and it not hurt them.
Yeah.
Like ghouls, but they're humans.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like at the impact site of the bomb at the beginning of Fallout 4, you can go to, and it's the Children of Adam hanging
Did you
out.
know the leader of the Children of Adam is actually a descendant of the guy that worships the atom bomb in Fallout 3 in the middle of Megaton?
Oh, I didn't
wow.
Yeah,
know
because
that.
that's where the religion starts. It's not like fanatical. It's just like,
There's Children of Adam in 2.
Really?
In 1, I thought.
yeah, he's one of them. He's a disciple or something like that. I guess he doesn't start it, but his branch breaks off into the Commonwealth, and the guy leading the ones in Far Harbor is either like a descendant of his or one of his pupils or somebody that's really
neat.
looked up to him.
That's really cool.
That's what I like about Fallout 4, because it doesn't take it takes place not too far from Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things, like characters like that lady you have to kidnap to fix Liberty Prime, she's
Yeah.
one of the main
Yeah.
characters in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Captain or
No.
And that
Amari
one
Lee.
that one follower with the green like hat and everything, he's actually
McCready.
he's one of the kids
Yeah,
from
Mayor
the,
McCready.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
from
mayor. He was the mayor of Camp
Little Lamplight. Yeah, which is so cool. Like, I love when they do
I
that.
forgot about that. Yeah, it's nice when they bring back reoccurring characters. I remember
especially since like 10 years later.
I remember they did something like that with this one guy. I think he first showed up in Fallout 2, where he was this ghoul who had like this plant growing on his
Oh, you're
head.
right. The tree dude that
Yeah.
starts growing into all the trees that like cult worships in 3.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that
Yeah.
he was a ghoul at first.
Yeah,
in
and it's-
Oasis.
Yeah, and it starts growing in like
Yeah, he's
2.
growing on his head, and then like as the
He's one of the main characters
He makes
in
it
2.
all
too.
the way to. That's
All the way to
crazy. I
3.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Eventually, in 3, you meet him and you see
He
him
asks
again.
you to kill him.
And he wants you to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
'Cause
was
he's
like,
in
put
pain.
me out
To
of
be
my
fair-
misery.
Yeah, to be
He's in
fair,
pain.
he is a full-blown tree in that one now because
Yeah.
the fucking
He
plant.
can't be freed
Yeah,
either.
the plant has grown.
And he's a
like,
ghoul, so
around
he'll
him.
always be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
fucked
of
up.
ghouls,
Hey, Tanner.
what are you looking at, smooth skin? You remember in middle school when I tried saying that shit, but I accidentally said, "What are you looking at, light skin?"
Oh my God.
Tanner does got that light skin stare, though.
Sin City is on radio.
But no, like point is that it's always nice because it always gives you that like satisfying like reaction of like being like, oh my God, it's this person. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that's awesome.
I hope Nick Valentine comes back and Fallout
Yeah.
5.
I bet he will. That'd be
Nick
cool if
Valentine
he's like,
is the coolest motherfucker.
yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite followers. I liked Piper for a while,
Yeah.
but I'm not big on like the snooty, like snappy characters in games because they
Yeah.
kind of get annoying after
I
a
also
while.
fucking don't like it how she gets mad when you try to lockpick literally anything. Like, can you get the fuck off my case?
And then Nick's like, awesome.
Who's your favorite follower in 4?
In 4,
Curie.
Curie's actually kind of dope though.
Yeah, I was just.
She's got one of the coolest stories. You
I was
fucking turn
just-
her to human, like,
yeah, I was
or a
just about to
synth,
say-
I guess,
I
but
was about to
still.
say-
Human.
I was
Pretty
gonna
much
say
human.
Kate, but then I had to think about it because I was like, Kate. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But then-
Okay. What
Curie
about,
is learning how to be alive, and that's just so cute.
I don't know.
And I married her. I was like,
Yeah, but at the same time, I can't help but view it as being like, man, you just made your own sex doll to be with. That's kind of lame.
No, she
don't
learns
do it like that.
consciousness.
No, I swear. I swear. I didn't install
She's
that
a
big boob
person.
mod just to have Curie.
I didn't build her from scratch to, eventually fall in love with me because I can't get with a real woman.
What about Fallout New Vegas? Who's your favorite follower? Not like, because like if I had to say sub follower, it'd be the little robot because he's so fucking useful.
Oh, Eddie?
Eddie is so much fun. But like, and not my favorite character.
I like
character.
Rex. Rex is fun.
You like Rex?
There's a little robot.
Rex has got a good
dog
story, and I like how you
Oh,
can
I'm not-
modify him to make him
Yeah.
like more aggressive or stronger.
Based on other robots that you.
I
kill.
think in my New Vegas playthrough, I would always be solo. And like the one time I just thought like, oh fuck it, I'll have a companion. I went ahead and I got what's her name?
Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy.
Cassidy something. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a mission where you kill her, but you know.
She's another baby that you have to eat.
No, I'm just saying if you you know the fucking silver people, the silver gun people. They're like the rivals to the caravans and shit because they have better guns.
I'm trying to remember.
They have all the power weapons and shit.
Yeah. Well, I do remember like you do come across like this fucked up caravan, and then she has like a fit about it and talks to you, and
Yeah.
like, that kind of progresses through a story.
Like the NCR uses that business that I talked about that's like really shitty, and if you do their missions, the NCR does a contract where you pretend to sell guns to the Legion, and then you wipe out the Legion forces that have came to like pick up the guns and shit.
that's
It's really cool. The only downside is to get to that mission, you have to kill Cassidy because she's like one of their competitors, and they hate her. Like
sucks.
they like one of the twins that are in there. The guy's like, oh, I want to fucking kill Cassidy so bad. And then you bring her in, and then he fucking murks her instantly.
Well, thankfully, I barely started her quest because I didn't really care for her. I just was like, I want to have somebody tag around because I was just a lone solo wanderer fucking melee build.
Yeah.
And it's like melee build actually kicks ass. I remember I was on the hard difficulty
Melee's
too.
kind of fun in Fallout.
Yeah. Melee
Yeah,
is interesting.
yeah, in
I like
New
how you can
Vegas-
literally teleport to people with bats.
Yeah.
It's not just that. It's
You're
like
nothing personal, kid.
they did an amazing job with melee in New Vegas and Fallout 3 because it's like you get to just take fucking sledgehammers and swords and shit and just wail on people just nonstop. It's
Yeah.
like you get that fucking perk or like chance where you just can ragdoll them and knock them down, just wail on them some more. It's like super satisfying and it kicks ass. And then in fucking Fallout 4 and 76, you fucking take a weapon and you're like, hey-ya!
You gotta mod it, bro. You gotta mod it.
Get mod 76.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying modify the weapon.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta make it stronger.
Well,
like in 4, you can make a bat and you can like put a rocket on it.
Yeah,
and you're
but-
like, yeah, rocket
it's,
bat.
it's not like the damage or anything. It's just the combat and like move sets.
Yeah,
did.
I know that's
Yeah,
fair,
it's like very stale and it's like kind of boring.
the blocks kind of suck
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
you
the
have to
block-
time the blocks.
and it's so awkward.
Yeah, it's. I never did a melee build in Fallout 4 when I did play it.
I did 4. One of my Minutemen ones was. It's fun to just walk around in power armor with a super sledge
I
and
was
just
gonna
start
say.
like, bonk, you're dead.
Yeah.
Bonk,
That-
you're dead.
I like
bonk.
whenever in Fallout 4 you get that perk for the power armor called like the pain train.
Yeah.
And you can just run
Oh,
through groups of
just
people
run,
and knock
yeah.
them around. It's so much fun.
Ragdoll the show.
So, what
Even
I'm-
Death Claws.
Yeah, my favorite follower in Fallout New Vegas, and I'm gonna get flack for this, but it's Arcade Gannon, and he's the guy that tells you about the Enclave Revenants because he's Enclave.
I
His
never-
dad was Enclave.
I never met him,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
he's
but
in.
you fucking would.
He's one of the best characters, and he has such a good he literally just wants independent Vegas because he's like all these factions are like he literally goes on a rant about why every faction is fucking evil. He's like
They are
Not
all
mine
kinda
though.
bad.
Mine's okay. Mine's good.
Well,
These other guys suck. Not mine.
he's
The
like
Enclave's great though.
he's
But
part of
Enclave's
like
cool.
he's part of he joins like the fucking followers of the apocalypse, those doctors that like try to help
those
people.
guys are kind of neat.
Yeah, and he's like super nice and shit. He's super smart. I don't know. I like him. He's cool. He also gives you like this really cool electric power armor and shit at the end of the game if you ask him for it.
Oh, that's neat. You have to ask him for it though. He doesn't.
Well,
just
it's
give it
like
to you.
he's like I could either go fight at Hoover Dam with you and I'll wear the armor and I'll just be there with you, or I can give you the armor and I'll go defend New Vegas while like probably because the whole concept of it is like he's like, okay, if we attack Hoover Dam, all the raiders are going to attack New Vegas because all of the forces are going to be in one area and they're going to try to take advantage. He's like, oh yeah, this side of town's going to be, they live in Freeside, so he's like, I want to protect my home and shit. Super good character, definitely my favorite. But yeah, I can't say anything about 3. I don't think I ever played 3 with a follower besides
no.
Fox, but that was like only
Fox is he's not forced on you, but they're like, hey, look at this really cool guy.
Hey, guy.
Oh, hi, Kai.
But yeah, it's a good. I like them. They're fun. The followers in those games are pretty fun. Fallout 4 did a decent job. I will say, like, Skyrim has like the shittiest follower system ever. They have no character. The only one that does is like Serana, and even then, she's like barely anything.
Yeah.
I never got into Skyrim followers.
In Skyrim, though, me and Lance play a lot of modded Skyrim, and there's a lot of really good custom-made
Yeah.
NPCs that are voiced that you can get as followers
cool. And it's
that
like
are
they-
like some of the coolest characters ever.
They're very like immersive. They will like comment on things in the world and like things that you do and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like they'll even communicate with each other too.
Yeah,
Like,
some of them are like scripted to talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
you don't see any of that shit in fucking Fallout 4 mods.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 mod just always has, look at this realistic fucking like 2023 military gear. It's like I'm not trying to fucking
It's
LARP.
yeah,
as a
it's
fucking
either
US
like
soldier.
really
Fuck off.
slutty shit or fucking COD. That's it. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's like
There's
it's
some
not-
fun base mods in for
Yeah, I think there's like some mods that are really good for base building, but honestly, I just don't play Fallout 4 very much because on my Xbox it crashes
Yeah.
like every
Yeah,
10
that's-
minutes.
Yeah, for me it fucking crashes.
I've never had a hard time with Fallout 4.
Have you tried it with your new Xbox yet, though?
Only a couple of
Actually,
times.
not really. No, I haven't tried.
Maybe
it.
you should try it just
Yeah.
to see if it works out
It's
for
like-
you.
it's
It's
not-
like as soon as you get to Boston,
I was gonna say,
it
is
just
that-
glitches out because there's too much stuff to
There's
render
too
for the
much
console.
shit. I don't even necessarily
Okay.
blame the mods. I just think that like because like we've both experienced that just in the base game alone with
Yeah.
no mods installed or anything, it will still fucking crash in certain areas because it's like Boston itself is just so filled with literal fucking
Yeah,
trash.
it is a
everywhere.
very dense.
Like for no reason. Like there are so many things where there are like mounds of debris that's like you do not need
like
this shit here.
rendered.
Yeah, the other thing is like, and I just want to say this real quick, is like in the oceans too. It's like
Oh,
it's tons
yeah.
of rendered stuff that you would never see.
You wouldn't even see it.
Yeah, and that's like, why would you put this
There's
in
a couple
the
of
game
times I swam underneath the ocean.
when you accidentally jump into the river with power armor?
No, I walked out. I was like, you know what? I got bored one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk out in the middle of the ocean. I have like 500 hours in Fallout
Yeah.
4, so I just walk out, and I'm like at the bottom, and I'm like, oh, a
Well,
boat, a real shocker.
Wow.
so had a real fun time talking with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're at a decent time, so I'm thinking I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you for being on the podcast. I'm glad we
Yes.
got to talk about Fallout and and a couple of other things.
Thanks for having me for the Fallout podcast.
Yeah, I
This
knew
one's a fun one.
you two would be very interested in talking
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
You guys have told me like we all have.
Oh, hang on. There's one thing I want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
What faction would you have been a part of in 4?
Oh, that's a good question.
And who do you think is the
Like
most
if it was
morally
me,
just?
not just like character I built. In
Yeah.
4.
Well,
Oh, like me
but
personally.
you personally.
Okay.
But also, which one you think is the best one, objectively speaking, in 4?
In 4 for me at least, I would be definitely a Minuteman person. I
Me
love
too.
the Minutemen, but also I would try to like broker a peace between the Minutemen and the fucking railroad because they're like
you have to kill the Institute.
yeah, well no,
End of
100%,
thought.
100% Institute's going down, and then I don't agree with the Brotherhood.
I'd probably kill the Brotherhood.
I don't think I'd kill the Brotherhood. I think I would
I'd
be
blow
like,
'em up.
hey, you guys.
I'd be
can't-
like, you guys are fascists. Your blimp is destroyed. Fuck you, you pieces of shit.
I would be like, I
Here's
would.
some artillery.
I would go to war with them if, like, yeah, they just kept being aggressive and like trying to push us around, which probably is what they would do anyway
'cause they're
because of
bullies.
Max. And so, yeah, I guess I would end up killing the Brotherhood in the end, but like, I wouldn't want to, obviously, because they're not all bad people, just like any other faction, really, except for the Institute. Fuck the Institute.
Institute
Oh, yeah,
is
for
plain
sure.
evil.
Nah, I don't fucking know. Like realistically, if I was actually in the world of Fallout, and it's like, I couldn't really pick a faction because I couldn't really give a shit about.
That's fair.
anyone.
I would like live in.
I would-
live in Diamond
I
City.
would-
Yeah.
I would like just
Like,
be more
I don't give a
focused on
fuck.
trying to survive.
If I like
I
lived
probably
in,
would end up as like a merc, you know.
But
for
if
hire.
you were the main character and you had like the power of God, like you know, you can pause
An
time, you
anime.
can save and
if I had the
load.
cheat room mod installed,
If you had the cheat hollow tape, you just plug in, and you pull it out.
yeah.
I mean, I guess then I would just do what I would usually do, and I would do the Brotherhood of Steel mainly because
Boo!
they're
Fascist.
gonna answer it. They're gonna finish it for me by saying a big fucking epic robot. But morally, I do agree with the Minutemen. Obviously, like
Yeah.
they've got fucking they don't-
Gaslight everyone into.
But also, like,
So
if
that's what
Preston
I'm here
Harvey is
for.
going to make me trek across the wasteland multiple
It's
times,
basically whoever has the giant fucking robot is the one I'll fucking join. I want to see a giant robot
Big
disintegrate. What does he fucking disintegrate? Like he breaks the head of a behemoth, and then like he just
I think it's a death
he just
claw or
walks.
something.
He just walks up to like the CIT where it normally is,
Yeah.
and then he just.
He blasts into it and then continuously throws nukes into it
Yeah,
until he gets
until it
to the
blows
bottom.
up.
Also, infinite nuke glitch? Question mark.
Yeah, no, you go to this. You go to the nuke production plant, the glowing sea. and
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you ship them into his body.
yeah.
That guy's got a huge cock.
I want to shake his hand.
That was in a parking
I
lot.
wanna
That wasn't
join-
even in a road.
I'd
I
join-
saw them go by.
God damn.
I would join the faction that has Frank Horgan. That
The
motherfucker.
Enclave? The Enclave doesn't exist anymore, sadly.
Well, yeah, neither does Frank Horgan because
Fuck, they were not
spoiler
expecting
warning. He dies in the second one.
He's like the last boss.
Yeah, he's fucking dope too. Because like we said, he's like one of the first little FEV mutant experiments and all that. But he's still like a intelligent guy. Like he can talk and everything, right? And it's like his fucking voice when you talk to him. He's just like, "Your ride's over, beauty. Time to die."
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. Oh my god. I just remembered there's that whole little like tribe of death claws that are actually like intelligent and
Sentient death claws.
yeah, and they can speak and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a leader of that tribe that Frank Horgan like goes to, and he just fucking murders like in one hit.
Yeah.
It's insane.
There's also a branch of the Brotherhood that got lost in like Seattle or something, and they ended up recruiting like super mutants and ghouls into them.
Nice.
And they ended up being like super accepting and really cool and
Nice.
shit. And it's like, wow, that's fucking dope.
Brotherhood said, "We're not so different, you and I." The behemoth said,
Okay, well, I think we're gonna cut it here. Thank you guys for being on the What the Fuck Happened podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks.
for having us.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys came over to hang out. I'm sorry we didn't get to do D&D today. I
That's
wish we
okay.
could have, but
I do
Alright.
love DMing D&D, but you know, it's also nice to just hang out with friends and shoot
Yeah,
the
of
shit.
course.
So.
yeah, it's fun to talk and chill.
Friendship. That'll
Well-
help us kill Thyma the dragon, whatever her name is.
Even though we didn't do D&D today, we used the power of friendship to become better friends.
So, Laura, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Lance, thank you for being on the podcast. It's
Yeah, of
super fun
course.
to have you on
I
here.
always love being here.
It's nice talking.
So, whatever. Thank you guys for listening. For whoever did listen,
Sweet dreams.
it's gonna be me in 30 minutes.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Me too. I'm
Okay.
gonna listen when it comes out.
Bye. Bye.